Hello guys and welcome back. Time to reveal the new project. I'm not going to lie, I've kept it from you a little bit longer than normal, purely because I've been that busy. I just haven't had time. It's been dark nights all the time, so I just haven't had time to do it. In fact, today's Monday, on my day off. Excuse the wind. I've had a few people complain about the wind. I can't do nothing about it. This is my morning off. I've actually got the dogs in the car and I want to go out and enjoy a morning out walking them, even though it's freezing, but I've chose to come in and open up all the garage and everything just to film this video for you guys, because I know tomorrow when I'm in here full-time working, it's difficult to get any recording done when there's customers about. So yes, I'm sorry there's a bit of wind noise, but I haven't got a direct line to God to turn the wind off. Can't do nothing about it, and I haven't got any kind of fancy microphones or anything like that, so it is what it is. You'll just have to bear with it. It's the way this channel is. It's rough and ready. So, I've had it all last week. And I'm going to go a little bit into how I got it. Last Sunday, I was in Newcastle with my daughter. As you know, I like to go out on the metros. I park the car at the airport, near the airport, and we'll go off on the metros into Newcastle city centre. We'll just have a day and we'll have a bit of urban exploring. And it was a cold day as well. I was just sat in Wetherspoons, having a bite to eat, and I just went onto a Gumtree and I seen a car I've been looking for ages. In fact, I'm going to go into the garage, guys, because my fingers are getting freezing standing here. It's really cold this morning, so I'll be back with these any second. Yeah, so here we are in the garage. I've had to put the biggest sun visor in the world down, because even though it's freezing cold, this garage is south facing and you get the sun lovely, but it plays havoc with the camera. So anyways, back to the story. Yeah, I was sat in Wetherspoons with my daughter and this car popped up. Seemed to be a scam for me. Owned from brand new. I was like, wow, like really brand new. A lot of people say owned from new, and then it was my auntie or my uncle's car. Yep, definitely owned from new. With or without a private plate, price negotiable, which was already quite cheap to start with. Well, in my opinion, for what they are and what they go for. Every kind of tick box ticked. I thought, we'll just send them a message. And it actually come up that the car was quite a distance away, and I was like, So I got into contact. Somebody's already here looking at it. I thought, oh, bugger. I'm out of curiosity, I'm like saying, how much are they offering? And again, we don't talk money on this channel, guys. They named the price, which was a lot lower than the asking price. And I said, well, if you leave the private plates on, I will pay you your asking price or simply walk away. No messing about. So that's what I did. And she says, right, I'm going to put these people off because I think they were messing them about. They were pulling engine covers off and everything, which you don't really do on a car for the value they were selling it for. So anyway, I was literally in central Newcastle, and I said, look, you're going to have to give us a good hour to get home. This was at 2 o'clock, and I knew I was going to be hitting into the dark where I didn't want. Viewing a car in the dark. I was like, oh, right. But they were nice enough people. They said, well, they'll hold it for us. So happy days, they did. I'm going to reposition the phone because my finger ends off bloody freezing. So anyways, I rushed straight away onto the first metro train. Well, obviously we'll finish what we're eating. Onto the first metro train, right back to the airport, jumped into my car. My partner had just finished work. I said, look, I'm going to quickly drop the little one off. It's not fair bringing her along. But anyways, I looked at the map to give us that postcode, and I was like, well, hold on. This is like 5 minutes from where I live. Happy days. So I dropped the little one off, went back. Genuine nice people owned the car, not some dodgy traders or nothing like that, which you always expect. And yeah, I looked around it and stuff. Great. Had a drive. Great. Really, a few little issues, but nothing what you wouldn't expect of a car that age. And we'll come to do. So we'll go and have a look around the car, and then I'll explain the private number plate situation. Because some of the photos I may be putting on will not have this included. But anyways, we'll go and see what it is, because it's parked next to my number one favourite car. And I just want to show you how big it is compared to it, which is, like I've said, why I wanted a slightly bigger car. I know a lot of you are already thinking it's a Volvo, it's this, it's that, it's the other. Well, you know me, you know what kind of cars I like, so I ain't going to beat to the chase anymore. We'll just swing the camera around. Yeah, there we go. Just cut the little back off there. Yeah, I bought my other A6 back off Chris. No, I haven't. So yeah, there's my Golf anyways. It's a C6 A6. Sorry about the wind, I can feel it hitting the phone. But yeah, it's not the S-Line or anything like that, but it has got a few nice little extras on it to what I expected it to have. So obviously, first up, it's the Estate. Happy days, exactly what I wanted. The only reason I ever sold the other one anyways. But it's got factory fitted, by Xenon, upgraded headlamps. So it's got the full, they move up and down with the suspension. It's got DRLs, daylight, that is not a main beam, that's your daylight running lights. It's got daytime running lights on it, obviously headlamp washers. This one at this side's a little bit fogged up, but it is what it is. Just like the one at the other side of this has got a crack in it. Nothing I can do about it. I'm just waiting till I get a new lamp. So yeah, nice clean car. It's dirty actually, but it just needs a bit of a clean, which I've been on the two front wings and they're in a lot better nick than the other one was. In the two front wings, that's the only things I've touched. I've cleaned up nice. There's a couple of little marks, but a bit of black tea cut and stuff. They're really the only major marks I can see around the whole car, if I have to be totally honest with you. It's dirty, needs a good wash. All this stuff here is just dirt. It'll just wash off. It's not actually marks. It's that little scuff there, yeah, a little bit of a scuff there. Absolutely nothing major. And again, it's got on the back end the nice twin exhaust, and you'd be noticing 2 litre. I'll get to that in a minute. But it's got full LED rear lights. The only thing is the inner ones are a little bit sort of going smoky, but it's nothing again we can't sort. But it's a nice upgrade because my other S-Line one of the same year did not have the full LED lights on it. Strange. But yeah, it's the 2 litre guys, but it's an 06. So you know what that means, don't you? It's the PD, the 2 litre PD 140. Exactly, pretty much the same engine as what was in my Mitsubishi Lancer. And I thought, it's going to be weak as a pudding with that in. I'm not going to lie, honestly, I'm not going to lie. In real life, it pulls better than the V6 did. And I'm not making that up. Honestly, I'm not. When you open the V6 up the taps, yes, you're away, all the rest of it. But in real world, which these PD engines are fantastic for, 20 to 40, 40 to 50, up to 50 to 60 to 70, all them speeds, 6-speed manual gearbox, it is absolutely relentless. It's like this Golf. I've had V6 cars which aren't even close to the power that thing throws out. So it just goes to show, more credit. So anyway, it's a 2 litre PD, and we've been the 06, no DPF. It's a nice, straight through exhaust, no nonsense. It's got the same twin pipes as the V6. One did, so it's still got that nice sort of, love that stance of the A6, really nice. But it's really tidy, it is. It's just the odd little tiny mark, which I reckon I could even sort out on this. Wheels aren't actually that bad, just need a clean. But it's the size of the thing. Now, using my witness, these two cars are parked, I would say, pretty much neck on neck, yeah? You look at the size difference in that. That's what I'm talking about, a proper A6. But the A6 to the A4 is a lot wider. So just the width from a Golf to an A6 is on another level. No, I'm not selling the Golf still, guys. Still don't feel like letting go of it. Gonna keep it. So yeah, I couldn't say no to this, especially that fact it's not been horrible black wheels on it and blacked out windows. And yes, I love the blacked out windows on this, but they were there. But with these Audis, you know what I mean, what I'm talking about, with the grills taken off on the front and black wheels and black windows. I hate all that, absolutely hate it. All completely standard is the date left the factory. Lovely huge boot with built-in dog guard. And look, partial shelf as well. I mean, look at the size of that. The sun's really annoying. Absolutely massive. And those are the plates, which I will get back to you because I'll speak about this inside, because my fingers are freezing. Absolutely freezing. I have been cheating a little bit, guys. I've done a bit of work with this car last week. The map sensor, I had a spare one for the Mitsubishi, which I put onto this, practically brand new. I've also done an air filter change, a fuel filter change and a pollen filter change. I've got the oil filter there to do that at some point. That's the old mass airflow sensor there. Just preventative work, plus parts I had sitting around anyways. So that's that. So yeah, it's like a lovely space to work with there, straight up. Just close the boot. Interior wise, not leather, not the S-Line, But I didn't really want leather in a working car, which this is very much going to be like the Golf is. It's got all the full service book and everything, which verifies everything the keeper said. But the seats are lovely, lovely and clean. Can't complain at any of that rear heating and ventilation. Just going to go around to the passenger side. It's the width of these cars that are just unlike anything else, unless you're going to like real big stuff. You know, you've got that huge centre console between the passengers on nice big seats. So yeah, I mean, even the seat, the driver's seat there, not a mark, not a rip, not a tear, nothing. Really, really happy with it. And you've still got all the lovely what the other one had, the stainless steel that comes sweeping round. That sun is annoying us. Sweeping round. I don't know if this has got all of the evening lighting thing like the S-Line does. I doubt it. But yeah, one of the main things I'm pleased this has got is some decent lights, because I'm not going to lie, the lights on the Golf and other cars are pretty poor at best. So I'm really happy to have the Bi-Xenon factory fitted headlamps. So we'll have a quick look under the bonnet. Not a massive amount to see, to be honest. It's just plastic covers. And then we'll go inside. We'll have a little look round inside of it. Beauty is with the 2 litre, tons and tons and tons of space. Absolutely loads. These are designed to have V6 engines in, so the little 2 litre 4-cylinder, no bother. I mean, look at the space there down the front. See the turbo straight up. There's the cat. No DPF. Air filter, a lot easier to do than the V6 ones. Fuel filter, there's a new one I've stuck on, nice and easy. Can't complain. What I have done with it, I've took all this off, because these flood into the bulkheads, and there's a little rubber bung that I've took out, which I'll just show you, because if you do own one of these cars, this is something you definitely want to do. 100% want to do it, because it floods the ECU otherwise. There it is there, that little bugger. Rip the whole thing out, but absolutely useless. Rip it out, put it in the bin. Waste of time, that is. So yeah, that's the first thing I did, because I do know there are problems on these cars. Luckily this hadn't shown any signs of water getting too high. A little bit like the Rover 75s actually. So that's all cleared out in there. General check round on the top-ups and things like that. But yeah, lovely and clean, no leaks. Timing belt, I'm going to see one of my friends who might be doing that, because on these you can just take the front end off. It might sound extreme, but it's actually really easy, because you don't have to deal with engine mountings or nothing. I think I'll stick a new timing belt on it, because it's getting a bit close to the time of being due. So that's that. So I'm just going to put the bonnet down and we'll jump inside. But yeah, I'm really happy with my little setup there. Really, really happy. So we'll just jump in. Right guys, I've had to have 2 minutes to warm my hands up, and I've moved the car out the sun because it was playing havoc with the camera. So yeah, inside, it's a really nice place to be, just like the other one was. So, like I've said, huge. I mean, you can't even reach the door. You've got the full-on stretch to reach the other side. So it's not like the S-Line, but it's still got everything in a sense what the S-Line had. Obviously, we're missing the leather seats. I don't really think I'd want them in here for what I've got to do with the car. So unfortunately, the only thing is you lost the heated seats. It's really the main thing I think I miss. I would have liked it to have had the heated seats even with the cloth. That's it. You haven't got the colour screen, but it's a perfectly functionable, like, whatever you call these TFT screens, but it's still got all of the settings on what the other one did. It's even got sat-nav as well. Got full sat-nav on it, so it's still got pretty much everything that we need to have on it, to be honest. So yeah, everything that we need on there. The electronic glove box, still like that idea. And there you go, there's the 6-disc changer and the sat-nav disc. Probably upgrade that once I get turned round. So it's got that. Still got the old Nokia phone. I've got to try and find an old Nokia phone to put onto that. Loads of space under here. My cup holder, need to clean out in there a little bit. Cigarette lighter, like 12-volt thing, which does actually work. Like I said, you've still got all your proper Audi iDrive, no, sorry, that's BMW. I don't know what Audi call this, MMI system. Electronic handbrake, hate them, but it works okay. It is what it is. 6-speed gearbox, as we all knew. Me other Audi had the issue of the jumping out the second gear thing. I checked on this one straight away, it doesn't, and it's absolutely smooth as you like. That 6-speed gearbox in this car, fantastic. All the climate control system basically the same as the other Audi, and normally all these buttons are very worn out and it's nice to see nothing is really worn on this car at all. The only thing is the aircon isn't kicking in. I'm going to try doing a gas test possibly this week and see if we can get it gassed up. That is something I would really like to have working in this car, like the Golf, is the air conditioning for the winter to stop the steam, and the summer obviously to keep it cool. So yeah, going around to the dash, you'll see obviously I've got the bonnet open, but yeah, not many miles, 43,000 mile, nothing at all for one of these. And you'll see on here, when I bought the car, I had a million of these things flashing through. I've cured most of them. There was some bulbs out. I had to take the whole airbox and everything out just to change a side light bulb on the front. But like I've said, because of that, I had an air filter to change anyway, so I've done that, and I had a mass airflow sensor to do while everything was off. So it actually killed like 3 birds in one stone. But it is keep coming up saying a brake pad warning thing. I have checked around all the brake pads, they're fine, so it's obviously somebody hasn't got the sensor plugged in or something like that. So we'll have a look at that, because I'm going to actually stick some new brakes on it when I get around to it. We'll get the timing belt done first. Once the timing belt's done, we'll look into doing some of the jobs like that, you know. So yeah, so it's a lovely place to be. It's got everything that I want. We've obviously 4 electric windows with these, heated mirrors, automatic lights. Bearing in mind with this one, you haven't got the little switch for the headlamp leveling, because it's got automatic bi-xenons factory fitted. Again, cruise control, big miss on the Golf that. Like having my cruise control and all your controls for the sat nav, stereo and everything through here. I'm not quite sure what. Yeah, so you get to go through all that on there. Like my other one you did, mode, mobile phone, must have Bluetooth as well, I think this as well somewhere. I haven't even got round to setting it up. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, it's got all the different settings on there, which is nice. Hasn't got the full colour screen here or here, but it is what it is. But you've still got your automatic rain sensing wipers and automatic lights. So yeah, it's got everything I need. Both keys, plenty of service history. Just a nice place to be. So what do you think, guys? Like I've said, the only little wobble we had when I was buying it was I agreed to buy it. Like I've said, when the people were there looking at it before me, they were buying the car at that lower price with the plates on. And in the space between me leaving Newcastle, coming home, I would say about an hour to an hour and a half, they removed the plates on retention. So basically I looked at the car, drove the car. I heard it mentioned that the number plates had been removed on the test drive by the husband. But it wasn't the husband who I'd been speaking to, it was the wife. And I just let it slip, because I didn't know if they just meant like the plates are getting... I didn't fully really take it in. So anyways, we went back to the house and they said, do you want the car? I said, yep, car's fine, have it. You know, the price was agreed with the plates on. I even said on the phone, I'll have the car at your full asking price. I've got the money here with the number plates on, because they said on the advert with or without them. So I said, well, I may as well have them, it's a little bit of residual value. And I just happened to mention the question. I said, but there has been a mention the plates have been taken off. And they're like, oh yeah, we've removed them online. So I'm like, well, so it hasn't got the plates then. And it said on the advert, plates worth between £200-250. And then, I'm sorry you guys if you're watching it, but I felt a little bit kind of intimidated at this point, because I kind of said, well, this wasn't the deal we agreed. We agreed the price, the full asking price with the plates on. The plates have now been removed, which were advertised at, let's say, £250. So I offered them a price, which was 200. Well, actually, saying that, the price was £200 less. It should have been 250, because that's what they wrote on the advert. So I offered them, I said that basically £200 minus. I don't talk money on this channel. I just turned around and offered. I said, well, look, I said, so what do you want to do then? You said that you definitely wanted the car. I'm like, well, yeah, I did definitely want the car, and I said I wanted the car with the number plates on, which was discussed, and yous have removed the plates without me knowing about it in the hour or so between me picking it up. And they were like, well, we said no offers. I said, look at all these people. We've got so many people coming who want the car. I've turned people away who were wanting the car before you turned up. I was like, yeah, but at that point, the number plates were on the car, so you were offering them that car. at £200 less than I was offering, plus with the £200 plates on. So they were offering the car £400 less than me because they were going to get the plates, and it was at the price where the plates were on it, if you get what I mean. So I was a little bit like, they were like, well, meet we're halfway and everything. I'm like, I don't see why. I've agreed the price that the car was being asked for with the plates on. I don't see why I need to meet halfway in this thing. It's not like I'm standing here saying the car needs this, the car needs that. And I did honestly feel like we're going south here, like this just is not going to happen. And, you know, I kind of did feel like a naughty schoolboy standing up in front of his kind of the teacher, you know what I mean? Like, as if I've done something wrong, as if I've promised on the phone. I said on the phone, I am not coming to make offers. I will either pay you your asking price for the car, or I will walk away. The car was fine and I wasn't offering on the car. They changed the deal without me knowing about it by removing the number plates online, which actually then meant all the documents that they had there, the logbook, were all irrelevant because they were not linked to the registration of that car. So anyways, we're coming to a deal, and I got it, but I'm not going to lie, I would have liked them plates to have stopped on the car, and I would have happily paid the extra £200 for the car. But this had happened, I think it was £150 less I paid for it, without the plates. So we got there in the end, but I just got a bit kind of intimidated because I felt like I was getting like, I was like, that I wasn't doing part of the deal right, but it's not. I did everything as I said. I turned up, I offered the full asking price, and they had changed the deal by removing the numbers. So, bit of a funny one there. But anyways, that was done. Car's bought. Last week, I realised it was due MOT on beginning of February, and it was just after that time at the beginning of January. So it's actually got 13-month MOT on, all done. The brakes, like I said, I'm going to stick a full lot of brake discs and pads on it after the winter, and I'm going to get the timing belt done at the beginning. One of my friends are going to come and help. We're going to do the timing belt water pump at the beginning of February. So then happy days, and I'll hopefully in that time get the air conditioning tested, hopefully get that working, and the only part of the service I've got left is the oil and filter to do. But everything else is done, pollen filter, the whole lot. That's 4 brand new tyres on it. We'll have a bit better luck here, because I think there's less wind in this area where I am, trying to move the car. Yeah, the Vanties, they're not actually a bad tyre at all. So yeah, I said the discs are fine, they're just getting a little bit gummy, but the car stood quite a long time as well. So yeah, but it's taken over, absolutely lovely there. It is very cold, guys, that's not smoke, that's condensation. But for a 2-litre diesel, it's absolutely sweet as you like. As you can hear, lovely. Can't really ask for better. Oh, and there's the running lights. They're not the headlights, they're just running lights. I was going to put some LEDs in, but I'm just going to leave it factory standard, actually. Like, so if we do put the bi-xenons on, got the nice, they then turn to side lights, then you put those on. I personally think that 4-cylinder 2-litre PD sounds just as good as a V6. You know, in terms, because it's hard to say. Sometimes they're a bit clattery, the V6s, on the older ones, the 2.5s. The 2.7, I will say, is nice in the 3-litre, but I still don't think there's much wrong with that. But yeah, all the LEDs round the back all work, which I was worried some of them were going to start to play up, but they're all, that isn't actually flashing in real time, guys. But there we go. I'm just going to jump back into the car there now. Yeah, it's just generally a nice place to be in here, and I'm happy with it. And as you are aware, the Lance I sold, I did a favour. I'm just going to knock these lights off. I did a favour for one of my customers with the Focus. That's sold. So all I've got, before anybody says, oh, you got loads of cars, Dan, all I've got is my humble little Golf and this, but I'm not taxing this until the 1st of February anyway, because I have no use for it until I've sorted the jobs. I want to really get that time belt done on it as well. So sorry to ramble on, I just want to show you, I just can't do that in amongst work time. This is my time off, so I'm putting this car, I've specially come to the garage just to record this for you. So I'm going to stick the car back in the garage, lock the garage up. I've actually got the dogs in the back of the Golf, And we're going to go off and have a walk somewhere with my gloves on though, because my hands are freezing. So yeah, catch you soon. I hope you've enjoyed it. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you think of the car. You know, I respect all you watch it. I thank you all for all your donations. Like I said, the link below, it's in there. Buy me a coffee, super thanks. You all know the deal with that. Massively appreciated. And I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.